Hey, I'm doing this off my laptop. I don't even know if this is going or not. Miss Ginger, let's see. Where's she at? There's Miss Ginger. No, you can't get in my lap. I don't know what to say, you guys. If anybody's, what do you say on these things? I didn't make a video for today because uh, I wanted to try the live thing on my, oh gosh, did you hear that? On my laptop. And I think I know what I did wrong the last time. So somebody wave at me. There goes the squeaky. She says, "Hi, everybody." I'm not going to throw it. Ooh, hot coffee. So, what do y'all do? Just kind of sit here and wait and see if people show up? I don't know where to look. I'm not going to throw your ball. Ow, that hurts. You got sharp toenails. Um, well, let me look at my phone. See what my phone is saying. Oh, goodness. Terminal Go. Hi. uh, I can't believe this is working. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I am because I've not done this yet. I tried to do it one time before and obviously didn't get it right. So now here I am. It's cold. Let me see what the degrees is. I know you've got a lot of snow where you're at, and we don't really unusually we don't have a whole lot of snow right now, but it's been cold. It's -5 degrees. Yeah, so I'm only going outside for uh, just to take Miss Ginger out potty. So, oh, I'm so glad somebody came on. Oh, it is sunny. It's sunny. It was sunny today. It was sunny yesterday. It's just cold. Uh, where you breathe in your nose and it feels like you got Ginger. She's under my leg. She hates not being the center of attention. Uh, so it's supposed to warm up like next week, I think. That's what the weather said. So I can't wait for that. I don't do well with the cold now. I used to love it. In fact, my favorite riding time was in the winter and in the snow. Mostly because I used to I used to buy a bunch of horses just before winter, right around winter, because they sold really cheap, and I would ride them in the snow. These were usually idiot horses, and I'd ride them all winter long in the snow, and they could buck all they wanted. It didn't hurt me, it was a lot of work for them. So 28. Well, next week we're supposed to be back at. So I'm looking for, geez Louise. This is the only bad thing about this stuff. I'm not much of a prepper. I try sometimes, but in the winds, I can't handle. I don't like wind and rain together. I don't like the I don't like getting hit in the face with rain. So yeah, and it's just a little bit breezy. So poor Miss Ginger, she's cooped up a little bit more. Hey SD, how are you? Did you get my email? I sent you those mock-ups. It's so funny. I make a ton of stuff when I make it for myself or whatever. Um, and I'm still always nervous making them for people. So, oh, thank you, Terminal Goat. That was so nice. Oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate that. Can't believe that I had people on here. Oh my gosh, this is my first live. Yeah, I had to send the other emails I was sending on my phone. Hey, Mondak, how are you? Is it cold over there? What? I'm 2.5 hours away from you. It is below 5 here. And, everybody says, oh, it's so cold. This is what I don't like. If it's 20 degrees and above, I'm cool. As long as it's not real windy, I'm cool. But if I can't breathe through my nose because I feel like I got daggers going in, I don't like it. Oh, 4. Oh, man. I know one of the guys that I work with, he ended up staying because, I work in Sydney. And he ended up staying for the winter. Now, this guy is from Georgia, so he is not used to winter weather at all. And believe it or not, he doesn't understand. This has been pretty mild. This has been a hugely mild winter. There's a reason why I usually leave during the winters. I'm burnt out of bad roads, bad drivers, uh, my pickup being dirty all the time, and so he stayed. So he's getting to enjoy a little bit of a mild winter, but it's cold. It is cold, and I can't live in my horse trailer when it's that cold. So, yeah, I thought about coming over. I have some friends that are coming from Billings, and I thought about coming over to Sydney and meeting them there and going to either the Ranger or the South 40. But I don't know, 2.5 hours in the winter seems like a long time. And I haven't been over uh, the Badlands over there, so I'm sure they're clear. It's clear here too. Can't believe how easy this was. I just pushed the right buttons. I think I was so nervous the last time. Um, I didn't push the right buttons. So to Sadie's, no, we went to Sunny's. That was kind of where everybody went. Yep, terminal. I do. For the last 3 years, I've up until this year, I've left for the winter and headed south somewhere. Last year, I spent all winter in Las Vegas. I originally was going to go to Las Vegas and go to the NFR and then head to Arizona. And then my friend sprung on me that she got engaged and was having, so I ended up staying and I didn't go to the NFR and blah 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 blah. So next fall I will be going. I can't. I'm not a house mouse type. I love when I have my days of house mousing, but I don't like days and days and days of house mousing. So we'll have to try that. Where is that? Sadie's. And Terminal, if you go back, I'm going to have to go through and re-edit a lot of my old videos because I didn't know any of this title stuff and thumbnail stuff really, and title the ones and put them in, what do you call them, the playlist, my camping videos, my riding videos. I do have a whole lot. I lost a lot too because my dang GoPro took a nosedive on me. So I was bummed about that. But now I've got this little Acaso, and I'm trying to learn it. I'm not. I need to fix it where. Oh, it's in the stockyards building. Oh, okay. Well, this summer I'll have to check it out. Uh, yeah, I get in the habit of going to the same places, and everybody's like, okay, uh, the Ranger has got Taco Tuesdays, and so we'll go there and have tacos. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, prime rib at South 40, or I think the Ranger is on Fridays. Uh, but I have to do some more sightseeing. I have quite a few videos of Sydney sightseeing, touristing thing. The one thing I didn't go do was there at the bridge, the drawbridge. I need to go down and do that. But every time I had a day off, it was raining and it was miserable down there. So, yep, I did now, Mondak, I'm sorry. I did the crab thing. I went down. Um, The only thing I always eat up top at the bar. I like the windows, the light. I'm not a dark, as you can see everything. I keep everything opened up, and down below at the South 40, it's kind of a little dark and dank for me. But we went down there, had the crab legs. I don't work that hard for my supper. People were ducking and diving because I'm ripping trying to get stuff out and shrapnel going everywhere, and a bib didn't do them any good or me either. The guys I work with, they all looked at me like, "Geez, don't get too close to her food." But it was a lot of work for that. I was spoiled growing up. My dad and my brothers always did that for me. We'd go fishing. I fished all the time, but they would clean the fish. I couldn't do that. I'm a hunter, but I can't do the gutting and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of a I'm just a wimpy cow chick that I can do a lot of things with limits. So like there you go. Yeah. So I there's a lot of videoing. I videoed down at the little park down there on the river. That's a nice little place. People probably don't even know about. I camped down there. You can camp down there for 4 days free. Uh, there's no services. They've got the pit potties and barbecues and stuff like that, but that's a neat little place. So I hung out down there a lot. Took Miss Ginger. I'd ride down there. I stopped riding down there because, well, there's a couple of times I had some shady looking guys. They see a gal riding up on a horse, and all of a sudden they get very social, and I'm like, yeah. Do they know I have a pistol in my saddlebag? No. Am I thinking to myself, yes, I will shoot you? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting paranoid in my old age, but there's so much stuff that happens. And as you know, Mondak and oil field, it brings up, it's not as bad as in the beginning, right? Back in '08 when it was a shit show, basically. But there's still things you have to be cautious about. What? Yeah, of course I carry. Are you kidding me? I'm going to show you something. I'll be right back. Now, here in North Dakota, you don't have to have a permit, but this is one of my go to. Get back. This is not for you. And y'all are going to laugh, but I'll tell you what, anytime I've gotten stopped and they ask if I have weapons, and I keep one in my horse trailer and I keep one in my pickup, and I tell them, well, it's not really, but it could be. Look at this. Yep, I keep this. I will blow your arse up. You come near my window, I don't care. I will light you on fire. You're not supposed to be there. I have no problem. And then never really wanted to show this. This is my little cutie. Look at her. Isn't she cute? Well, I'll tell you what, she'd scare the daylights out of you. If you've ever heard a kimber go off, uh, it makes quite a sound. So these are I keep this in my truck, or one in my truck and one in my trailer. This one stays with me because I travel a lot, and this is just a great excuse. Who's going to get mad at me for carrying a flare gun if I'm out in the middle of nowhere? And I do. I camp out in the middle of nowhere, usually by myself. Probably shouldn't be saying that, but now they know. I'll poke a hole in you. Uh, so I'm very prepared. I have raised a son that I raised quite manly, and all the weapons, and of course Mondak. It's a little Kimber Mini 380. I'll tell you what, I was shocked the first time I shot it. It was so dang loud. It scared me. And my problem with pistols, I have a couple of revolvers also, but it's hard for me to find the right ones because my thumb reach. Look, I have no thumb. you know. So I have a hard time finding ones that I can reach and actually cock instead of doing this bit. So yeah, that's my little pride and joy. The other ones I got all in little a little safe. So I guess I should read this. Thank you, Terminal Goat. It is pretty. I like it. There was that one and a pink one, and I've got so much pink. Hi, Burning Sands. How are you? Good for you. You live in the desert and carry a 9mm. Good for you. I'll tell you what. How do you scroll this? I don't know if I missed anybody. Just say hi. Okay, I think I'm good. So I've always been a little nervous to kind of show that stuff on YouTube because it's so crazy. And honestly, even though I've been on here a couple of years, I'm only just now learning the stuff uh, that you need to do and researching and all that stuff. I had only intended YouTube to be a diary for my future grandbabies that I don't have yet. Uh, and then I started meeting or getting people, which I didn't know where they came from, but I was glad to have them. And so, therefore, now I've created this, or not created, I've turned it into a little social place for me. Uh, I don't go to bars or anything. Um, and most of the people, the ladies that I know, nobody schedules ever meet up. So yeah, you don't want any strikes either. I know, SD. It's like, so we'll see what happens with this. I don't know. But I love my little pistol. I love it. I have got, it's making me crazy being cooped up. We do have a couple of really good ranges out here to go shoot in, but I don't know about y'all, and maybe some of the women can attest to get so dressed just to be warm to go outside. And as soon as you get everything on, you gotta pee, and then you gotta. So not like guys, they got little areas they can work out. So we don't have that. So it's less inviting for me to get all dressed up. That's why I limit Miss Ginger's potty times to 4 times a day. Get dressed, get undressed, get dressed, get undressed. So I don't show weapons or target practicing because of, yes, I know, me either. And like with my son, this kid, okay, I got him his first BB gun when he was 3. By the time he was 4, I made him put it in the burn barrel because I'd warned him like 6 times about filling it up in the living room with his dang BBs, and I blew up 3 vacuums. No, that's not happening. So I made him go put it in the burn barrel, and he had to strike. Oh, he cried. He had to strike the match and everything. Made him stand there and watch it. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a message that says held for review. How do you do that? Show? What's that mean? Cheers terminal. Which one was held for review? I don't know, but I unclicked it evidently. Oh, you don't want any strikes either. Cheers terminal. I know I still am really new to YouTube, and I didn't find out about when I did find out about YouTube. I was just watching it like everyone else. I didn't have I just watched it, right? And when because I was driving truck here in the oil field, I hauled oil. And there was so many people that were back in the day that were coming from all over the United States because they were losing their homes. It was when the '08 hit. And so when I was going on to YouTube to look at it, I was looking at people asking questions, other drivers that were like OTR and coming on. So the only way I could comment was to actually create a profile. So I did. I created a profile, and then I would talk to all of them. Now I don't really talk to him because there's too many potty mouths. I mean, really bad potty mouths. So you might hear me say the shit word or whatever, but I don't think that's that bad. It depends on how you say it, I guess. So good for you. You're close to 500. See, I only want to. get to 1,000, because I have no intention on monetizing. That means nothing to me. But you know how they leave those remarks or those little things? Like, I would have announced this, that I was going to try to do this. So I want to do that, and to be able to go live on my phone, because if I'm out somewhere and I'm just sitting, I'll go, not doing anything or whatever. I would go live. I did my first giveaway. I did. I couldn't think of what, so I did a $25 Amazon gift card and a $50 gift card. And Homesteading with Sadie, she won the $25 one, and then Ray's Girl 26 won the $50 one. Well, Ray's Girl, uh, wanted, instead of me sending it to her, which I'm sure I was bummed, she's wanted me to donate it to an animal shelter. Well, let me tell you, an Amazon card to an Amazon or to an animal shelter. No, somebody else is going to line their pocket with whatever they want. And they were some of the things that I found out, some of them are shady, some of them aren't. I'm just going to end up sticking it in the mail to her. I haven't seen her online in a long time, but I'm just going to mail it to her uh, because I don't know. I just don't see it going to where it needs to go. Hold on. That's how country I am. No. Okay, let's say hi. There she is. I love you. Take it down. Go look out the window. Go protect. So I'm just gonna mail her the card, and she needs to buy. Just surviving. Hi, how are you? This is my first live, so y'all know how unprofessional I am with video. So expect even more, even more with the live. So, but this is so exciting. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I want to get up to 1,000, is so I can do lives on my phone if I'm out someplace. I have a really hard time uh, riding my horse and my phone and doing all that. So I'm in the process now of adapting one of my saddles. I have 4 saddles, so I'm going to try to adapt one of them. Because I bought 2 more um, stabilizer things. And I'm going to do it to my saddle horn, because you know anything about horses, my Domino is great, but guess what? He can get startled also, and he's gone sideways with me a few times. And so, yes, I have dropped my phone. So it's really hard for me to video while I'm riding. So I've got to get all that. I actually bought a regular riding helmet, which I never thought I would do. But the purpose of that is so I can attach my little Acaso to it and ride with it like that. So I got to get back to work. Was just taking a break. We'll check my email. Okay, SD, thank you. And honestly, if they don't work for you, don't worry about it. I have fun tinking around with them. I've told several people I don't make logos, but if anything, if you want a decal and you want to make a logo out of it, knock yourself out. I can give you links to places to get like where I ordered my stickers in bulk. It was a great deal, really a great deal. So, but I have fun doing that. And make sure only did one thanks for supporting video because numbers always go up and down. I know, Terminal. That's why I don't really look at. When I got to 600, I was excited, but I don't hold my breath because it goes up and down. Um, when when I locked myself out of my YouTube for that week, I lost like 4 people. I'm like, but it is what it is. No, darling, I had a GoPro, and to spend $500-600 for something that can just go kaput on you like that, and it was past the warranty. No, this little Picasso, I tell you, it is really good. If I hadn't have accidentally erased the last video that I did do, which was kind of all wonky anyway because I was trying to figure it out. It was pretty good footage, and it showed up really well. So I'm even though we haven't had a bad winter, I'm ready to get back to work. I'm a truck gal, truck driver. I've driven since I was a young girl. So I'm ready and itching to get back in the truck. And then about a month after that, I'll be saying, "Oh, I can't wait to get out of the truck." So just surviving. Where are you from? Mine took off around 750. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I gotta shut the door. Dang. Sorry, it's sunny, but it's cold. I leave the door open so that Miss Ginger can do her patrolling. She thinks she's a badass, I'll tell you what. Yeah, right. Oh, I'm so glad. Terminal Goat says hi. It says hi. Yeah. I don't know if she knows how to look. Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. And my son called me yesterday and he was homesick. He caught the cold, like what I had. Oh, that was so miserable. La, 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 la. I know this is a terrible time to go live, but in a way, I kind of wanted it to be because I'm so new at this. My first live. I only wanted to embarrass myself in front of a few people. Oh, can you hear her squeaky? I don't know. I'm not throwing your ball. Does this have a lag or anything? I'm gonna have to learn all this. I don't know. I'm not gonna push any buttons. I'm not. I'll end up ending it still on my coffee. She's a good girl. Healers. I've raised healers for 35 years, and they are all very emotional dogs and very sensitive dogs. They're really keen to their owners. Now, she's a little bit different temperament to where uh, make me crazy. Yes. She's a little bit different to where she has like ADHD and uh, trying to keep her focus on me, which healers normally do. They're constantly watching you. Well, she can lose focus real easy. And so I'm constantly having to remind her to pay attention to me. So I accidentally went live once when I was playing with my computer. It was embarrassing. I think I did too because this was a long time ago when I was farting around with the buttons. And but this was right before they this was right before they changed it to 1,000 subs, and I accidentally went live too. Okay, Terminal, we'll see you in a minute. So I guess this isn't too bad. Been on YouTube for a couple of years, and this is my first live. I want to say hi to everybody that hasn't been able to make it yet, though. Look at me! Oh gosh, I am getting so stir crazy. I did get my first troll though. Sadly, it was because um, poor Nina. I miss her channel. She uh, she closed it down. She still has a channel, but not the same one. Some crazy person, I don't know if it was a lady or a guy, it looked like a lady, started bad mouthing her and about this and that, and I ain't having that. That's not cool. So I inherited a troll from somebody else. I know. But I truly understand. Maybe because my life, I really have a solitary life because of what I do for a living. I drive a truck in the oil field. So it's me and Miss Ginger. Now I work with a bunch of people and we talk, but I'm pretty much by myself. I'm kind of my own boss, and then like now, doing this, I'm here by myself. I don't really socialize with people in here because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I don't want to be that inviting. So, um, and then when I travel, nowadays it's different. You just can't be as social, and it's hard for me because I'm I'm the ultimate social introvert. That is my. I'm going to get a tag made for myself because my anxiety keeps me introverted, but I'm really a social. Oh, I'm going to show you. So I've been making stuff for everybody else. Like I said, I appreciate all the business. This is not for you. Get down. Oh, but I finally made myself a hat. Made myself one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty glitter? Ooh. So I like. I'm a girly tomboy. I like sparkly mud. So I don't know. You just have to be careful nowadays about how you're social and being social and you know. Hey Thomas, how are you? Good to see you. I really didn't think anybody would be on. It's kind of early. I've never been live before, so this was kind of my little test run. And oh my gosh, you all are here. This is pretty cool. It's been a pretty eclectic conversation so far, though, but it's all good. I had a troll but blocked him from my channel. I am a loner too. That's why I live out in the desert. See, and I'm not so much. I am and I'm not. Social introvert. Social introvert. That's what I am. I am one sometimes and the other times. That's why growing up or when I moved out of my folks' house and got my own place, of course, then my best friend wanted a roommate, so we ended up getting a place together. And that, we thought we'd have parties. No idea of parties. I made a big pot of crab stew, and of course, we had beer and everything else. But the problem with having parties at your house, they don't leave, so I don't do that anymore. I don't do roommates anymore either. So, oh, thank you, Burning Sands. Thank you. And you know what? I didn't even think to block them. I don't know. I didn't think to block them. They can say what they want. A comment is a comment, and a like is a like, or a unlike is an unlike, and I don't get bothered by that kind of stuff. Now, if you have a huge potty mouth, that's not cool. So I probably would delete the comment because if they're this is not made for anybody under 18 or 13 or whatever the hell YouTube says it has to be. But I don't want anybody having to read that kind of stuff, and I don't want to read it either. So I know all my friends that have been on here a lot less time than I have. They've already done lives, and so this is exciting. Yeah, I've been doing trying to make like I got my little mini. We're showing off our guns and this stuff. I haven't even used my bread maker yet because my table has been so full of crafts. I know. I'm gonna get her a new collar so she can get her name on it. I know it. Don't you argue. It's not about you. Oh, see, burning sands. Yeah, that's not cool. I don't like that. If you hear really bad language out of my mouth, you better be able to hightail it about 10 miles away because I'm after you. I don't like all that kind of stuff. I've worked in construction. Of course, I have four brothers. I'm a ranch gal. Trust me, I've heard it and probably seen it all. I do know how to have selective hearing. If it's not directed at me or somebody, I can ignore it or walk away. But no. had a couple of drinks one night after my racing league and accidentally streamed a blue screen for oh my gosh. At least you had a couple. It'd probably only take one for me. So I'm a lightweight. I'm down to my last beer. I had a 12-pack of beer that I bought in the very beginning of summer because one of the things where I work in Montana, um, the company I work for has got a big area that's got power and everything. And so a lot of us, they have RVs. I have my horse trailer. We park down there, and that's where we camp for the summer to work. And we'll sit outside on a nice day and spark up a fire and have a beer and kind of chill for a little bit. So this beer, I have one beer left from the beginning of summer. Um, yeah, I'm kind of a wimpy cow chick. I like to socialize, but I'm a wimpy socializer also. I got to go into Dickinson and go to Walmart. Ugh. I am making lists now. I did go last week and I forgot my list, and that sent me into a panic right there. And there was 7 things I didn't get. I just lose it when I go in there. It's too much going. It's not as bad now that the holidays are over, but Walmart's Walmart. I don't care. Now, if I go into the feed store, like we have Runnings, we do have a Tractor Supply now, but Runnings and that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I feel like that's my territory. But Walmart, yeah. Oh, terminal, that's good to know. I didn't know you could hide them. That's really good to know. Like I said, so far I've only had that one troll. I know, Thomas, I do need a list. I used to write them on my hand. I'd write what the problem is I wash my hands all the time. So yeah, I'll tell you. I have my qualms about Walmart. The problem is I'm a one-stop shop gal. So if they had something better where I could go in and get everything, and here's the deal, even in our Walmart, we can get horse stuff, right? So, and that's not in a lot of Walmarts across the states. Not all of them have that. So it is what it is. And I know my route. I always go into the automotive department's part because it's not packed. I can park back there, you know, go in, bloop, 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 do my round, bloop, 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 and check. Oh, I hate going and looking to see if the lines are all full. There you go, Thomas. I know. I need a note for a note and a note. I was watching Patriot Farm videos. I'm trying to catch up. Oh my gosh, she's the sweetest thing ever. I swear. And she's making goat cheese now. I should post pictures of all my goats. I homesteaded. That's how I was raised. That's what you did. That's what we did. Goats were. We didn't have a milk cow. Simply because they're just harder to maintain. Uh, unless you've got huge acreage. Well, we had acreage, but not huge. And we basically only raised beef cows, right? We would breed and sell off the cows for breeding and keep the bulls and either geld them or sell them as bulls, right? Just raise beef. So, but the goats, they're great for their dew is great for gardening. I really, really miss my goats. But she's made all that goat cheese that it's more like a feta, or it's like she made it into crumbles. And there is a lot you can do with it. Trust me, I did that also. I had a whole batch of that kind of stuff and made tons of stuff. But she's the sweetest thing. I hope her channel just explodes. You have to listen real close. She just has that calming voice. Unlike me, the squeaky, you know. I drive 200 miles to Reno, Nevada once a month to Costco. I have family in Reno. Of course, I haven't seen them in years. They're cousins. My brother, who has passed on, actually was a boss at the MGM. He had my brother Rod had polio. He got it as a toddler, and so he was wheelchair bound. This was the most creative and go he nothing held him back. I mean, he climbed the ladder there at MGM and became a pretty big boss there. I was so proud of him. He passed back in 2010. He passed, bless his heart. But I do have family there. In fact, I lived in Reno for probably about 6, 7 months. I had an aunt there, and I went to hang out with her. I was 18, I think, and I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, and I had to wear the mouse thing. Oh God, that thing stunk. I know people peed in that head. I wish we had a Costco here, but I really can't buy in bulk. I've minimized everything so that I could travel. But Reno was fun when I was young and down there. Oh my goodness. But I haven't been to Reno. Reno was the first place that I won. I'm not a gambler, but I went with my mom. Of course, my aunt was there, and we all went out uh, when I was 18, and I wasn't old enough. And somehow, I think it's because my aunt worked there. They didn't even ask me, but I won $1,800. But my aunt had to claim it. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. And I can't wait to like retire because right now when I leave in the winter I only go to like the southern states because it's warmer. So, I do have people inviting me to come over, to all the states that get snow like me, and I don't want to do that. So I'm hoping I can retire early at 62. I'm working on it. Oh, Burning Sands, I bet it has. I remember the arches. Or it has an arch, right? Doesn't it have an arch? It says Reno. God, that was so long ago, the memories. But I have, like I said in one of my videos, all these little side things that I do. I really didn't mean to start it up right now because I'm limited with time. Not now because I'm off for the winter, but once I get back to work, I won't be doing a whole bunch. So I didn't want to kick it off. But these are little side streams of income for me. But I enjoy doing it too. The biggest little city. Yep, that's it. God, I remember the lights and stuff. I'm a little ranch gal out in the middle of nowhere. We don't have lights. And back then they didn't have motion lights and they didn't have um, your place when the lights went out. It was dark all over back then. So I was pretty. I had all the twinkly eye lights when I was there, but that was short lived. I can only handle that for so long. That is my foot you're chewing on. Thank you. Um, well, I'm so glad at least a few of you showed up. Rena, Burning Sands, Terminal Goat, all those places. I think even Las Vegas, they're fun for a minute. I just unless you are a town person or a city person, it gets a little overwhelming. Like I go to Vegas for the NFR. I was in Las Vegas from 2004 to 2008 during their construction season. That was the first time I'd ever been to Vegas. And of course, I worked 6, 7 days a week. And when I had a day off, I was riding. I didn't do a lot. I didn't do any touristy stuff. I just loaded my horse up and went riding. So when I went back to Vegas this winter, I had a rude awakening. I wasn't accustomed to all the drug stuff, all the sirens, all the, I don't know, it was just too overwhelming for me. You know, Thomas, it just depends on the crowd. Like when I go, it does. It just depends on the crowd. If I go by myself, yeah, it's overwhelming because I lose focus of why I'm there. It's like Walmart. But you go to a concert and you're usually with friends, or you go camping, you're usually with friends. Yeah, Vegas, even in a good area, you'll have a little area, and there's good and bad in that whole area. And then the other areas that are supposed to be the good areas, that just houses richer drug dealers. They just are the drug dealers with money. Criminal goat, that's me. I'm good with people, but also, like I said, I'm a social introvert. I know when to be out and about, and I know when not to. And all my friends know, like when I go visit, they all want me to stay the night. I don't do that. If unless I have my horse trailer with me, I get a motel. I don't care how much I love you as a friend. I don't care how long we've known each other. When I leave, I want my little cubicle, my little space to deflate or to chill out or whatever. Well, burning sands, I don't think it matters whether you're male or female. What has happened with areas like that, because a female can't be demeaned unless they allow it to happen. I've never believed in that. Women go there for a reason, right? So if that's how they want to make their money, being strippers or dancers, or more power to them. I don't look at it that way. Now, uh, people traffickers or whatever you call it, that's a different story. That makes me sick. But druggies go there because there's easy access to drugs. It's just there. But we're all individuals. I'm sorry. Um, you know, if whether you're a woman or a man, I've known women who were strippers in the past, and they put themselves through college. So to me, I couldn't do that. Well, I'd probably make more money because they'd be like throwing clothes at me, put it back on. but but I don't know. That's kind of a teeter totter subject for me. Oh, Terminal Go, Matt. See, I had to put at the beginning of my videos. You notice now it says my name. Well, for the longest time, I don't. I'm not on YouTube to provide a show, right? Have credits roll, the whole 9 yards. Well, I need to. You're my friend, and so I think my friends know my name, but then I have to think, well, y'all don't really know me, so that's why I did that. And plus, you get new people on your channel all the time, and they don't go back and look at uh, your past videos and stuff. No, you're not a prude. Trust me, I'm a prude. When I'm out here, and I see these old gals wearing stuff, no, no, no. There's a difference in being a prude because you do for you the right way that works for you, right? Um, I don't look at it as a prude. It's just not something that you agree with. But they're doing it on their own free will. If they don't pay my bills, I don't care. You know, it's sad. But they make it's like people. I, you don't know how many people when they find out that I'm a truck driver in the oil field or that I've hauled oil. Why in the world would I want? Do you know how many guys have said, you shouldn't be doing that? You don't need to be, look, I'll take care of you. What? Darling, I enjoy what I do. I would not, nobody makes me put the pen to that application. I've got a great reputation out here. I have, a great work ethic. And so for people to look at what I do, women look down on me for what I do. They think I'm out here trying to be a man. I'm the least like a man as anybody could be. Somebody said, because I wear a lot, pink is my color. Forget it. Pink is my people say that I do it because I'm trying to make a statement. Oh, get over yourself. No, I don't do anything with myself or my wardrobe to prove anything to anybody. But then again, y'all, I honestly, this is the, other than my bathroom mirror, I don't tote mirrors around. I don't have mirrors anywhere. So half the time I don't know what I look like. I don't have to tell y'all what my name is. Thomas. Um, Terminal, I just didn't know what to think about it. Your name, Terminal, of course, that's like terminal. We know what that is, and then goat. So I don't know what to make of it, and you never know what to ask. I figured that it would come out sooner or later. Yeah, Thomas has pigs. It was so funny. I remember one of the comments I left on his thing because I raised pigs also, not quantity. I raised two pigs a year, one to butcher and one to sell off to pay for the butchering and everything. So, he on one of his videos they were herding them. I can't remember now if they were herding them in the trailer or out of the trailer. And I'm looking, and of course sometimes you can't tell how it's going. And I made a comment, and then it was funny how he replied, and I had to watch it back. I'm going, oh my God, you're such a dork, Renee. When I here with my goats were eaten by a mountain lion. Oh my God, I bawled and bawled. Just before I went over to North Dakota, because I'm from Montana, so just before I went over to North Dakota, I I made the decision uh, that I was going to go over there and work. The economy had nosedived. There was no work. I was on unemployment because I'd left Las Vegas, right? And so I was making almost $500 a week on unemployment. I was cool with that, hanging out with my son and stuff. But then it got closer to my unemployment in, and I thought, because I didn't know about I don't really watch the news. I know, don't scold me. I didn't know about the economy being so bad. Seriously, I didn't. And so well, my unemployment was about to end, and I started calling people, letting them know that I was going to be available for work. I got a big shock. Nobody was hiring and so forth. So I was in a panic. And at that time, the only work that was available was either North Dakota, the oil field, or OTR. Well, I knew I wasn't going to go OTR. I had always done local stuff, construction stuff. And I knew I wasn't going to go OTR. My son was a teenager, and I wasn't going to leave him. And so I went over to North Dakota and basically got snapped up. Um, I was an outlaw driver in the beginning for friends. That's a whole nother story. But that's how I knew to go over to North Dakota. So I went and got on with one of the bigger companies at the time in North Dakota. And I decided, well, I'm going to sell all our livestock and everything. Well, I had llamas. I had three llamas, a brown one, a white one, and a black one. And they were my guard animals. They kept guard. We had mountain lion and bear and everything, right? And I had my chickens and my horses and my pigs and my steers. I had everything in one. They all lived together peacefully. Well, the lady wanted to buy my llamas, and I didn't even think about it. I sold them, sold them for quite a bit. I sold them. That very next night, freaking mountain lion came down and wiped out my goats. I kid you not. It was so awful. So I had to get a hold of the forest ranger people, and they came and set a trap with one of my goats' remains. There was still remains there, and they put it inside this trap. I don't have the pictures because I couldn't handle. I had friends have pictures of it, and so they ended up trapping this mountain lion, and she's this mountain lion's in there all like it was scary. It was really scary, and they just I don't know if they relocated her or euthanized her. I didn't want to know. My heart was broken. But, it's nature. You can't blame them for wanting a smorgasbord. So anyway, that was the end of all the animals and all the homesteading. I said, "Oh, no, we're going over to North Dakota." I have not done many videos for a while. I had neck surgery in July on my neck and found out yesterday that it has. Oh no, Thomas! How scary! I'm so sorry. I sold all my goats last fall. I miss them. I had two baby goats taken by a mountain lion, so I went on a hunting trip. He doesn't attack my animals anymore. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have maybe area. I'll post pictures when this comes of where I lived, and there was just no way. I didn't have wide open spaces. I lived in the mountains. It was trees, and there was no way I would have went hunting for it. You know, but good for you. I don't blame you. If it hadn't been, and plus the ranger told my son. My son was just really upset that we couldn't do that. Oh, bloat is a terrible, terrible thing. I was constantly nervous about my goats. They were crosses, Santa and Nubian crosses, and I used to sit out in my chair and read, and they'd come. My one goat, Sugar, she was officially my goat. She's very docile and sweet and loving, and she would come and just sit her head on my lap, and uh, it broke my heart. I had to, because with goats, when you raise nannies, you have to make sure about what they eat. And I had a lot of pine trees and pines, so you can't let them be around pine trees or pines because something in the pine will make them abort their babies. So I had my goats had a little play area. I had gotten a trampoline off of Craigslist for free, so I had it set up, and they would jump on that. And then in the summertime or when it rained, they'd get underneath that trampoline for shelter. So we had an obstacle course. My son built an obstacle course for them. I loved my goats, but I love my chickens too. My son didn't love my chickens, but I love my chickens too. I used to hang those barbecue baskets that you see that you can put shrimp and stuff in. I hung them from the top and would put stuff in them, melons or vegetables, and it was so funny. They would jump up and give bites. They got a lot of exercise. That's so terrible, Turner. I'm so sorry. Nubians and Alpines, cool. Nubians are so talkative, and Nubians are very affectionate. The one goat, Cinnamon, I had, she was an Alpine. She was ornery. She was more my son's goat, because they would play and jump and knock each other down and stuff. No cats, barn cats, feral cats. You get a good uh, hen that is the I don't know what you call a herd hen. That is the matriarch or whatever. They'll beat the tar out of anything that comes in a cat. If you don't have roosters, there usually is a hen or two that are the I don't know, the protectors, I guess you would call it. I've had them. I had a hen that My dogs couldn't even go around. Now, I've always had healers, and the thing about healers, they're great stock dogs, but they're not great guard dogs. Not okay. I take that back. They're not like um, Great Pyrenees or Newfoundlands or Anatolians or Boston Shepherds or the ones that are livestock guardian dogs. That's not to say that healers can't do it or don't do it, but not all of them do. Like Miss Ginger is very things that are real active, it triggers her. So if a chicken gets all wants to run, she's going to chase after it. Now, will she do anything? If it stops, probably not. She just wants something to chase after. I'd like to have cats, but my dogs wouldn't allow it. My last two healers before her, yeah, they wouldn't do anything to a cat as long as one of us, my son or I, were paying attention. But I'll tell you what, those sneaky dogs, they'd take one out in a second. I had to really be careful, but they were very well behaved. I mean, Miss Ginger is very well behaved. I've never raised my voice. If I go, she's up and looking at me. That's all I have to do. And she's, even if something's going on, you don't have to get up. Go get your toy. Go get your toy. Go get it. They're very responsive, but she has ADHD, so that's short lived. Nigerian dwarf Nigerians, they are so cute. I don't know about milking. Their little teat area, that'd be a lot of work. Yeah, Thomas. It's just like people. I think it's just like people. You don't have to like everybody, but you have to be nice to everybody. I know how long. Does this say how long you've been on? Does anybody know how long I've been on? I've been on for an hour. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. An hour. My coffee's finally kind of cooled off enough where I could drink it. I do kind of like flavored coffees. I'm not a black coffee drinker or just a black and cream drink. I like those flavored coffees. She makes caramel fudge and some lotions. They're great. Who does? Did I miss something? Oh, the person that wants you to raise it. If you want to get a goat, honestly, for milking, here's what I did. I learned right off the bat I am not patient enough to do that. I've milked cows, I've milked goats too, but I've milked cows and stuff. There was a little gal that lived in the little town that I lived in, and her child couldn't have cow's milk. I traded with her. She would milk, and she knew how. She didn't have a place to keep a goat, so she was buying all her goat's milk from another uh, goat person, right? Um, and she came to me one day and asked me, because at the time, all my extra milk I would give to I had three veterinarians. Okay, I had two regular animal vets, and then I had one for my horses and the cows and whatever, right? So I had three vets, and they told me about my goat smell. One of them, I can't remember which one. I think it was one of the small animals. The goat's milk was perfect for orphan cats, dogs, whatever. So I started taking them my extra, and they would give me a credit. Like, so if I brought one of my animals in, I'd have I built up a really good credit. Well, somehow this little gal found out, and she came to me and she said, would you do some trading with me? And I said, what do you mean trading? And she had stuff, I didn't need any more stuff. There was so much stuff I already knew how to do. So I didn't want to do that. But I told her, I said, well, I'll tell you what, you milk and you can keep half of it, right? You milk, you can keep half of it. Oh, she was tickled to death. I didn't have to milk. I didn't have to mess with it. She knew all the procedures of how clean it has to be, and you have to, once you get that milk out of the into a sterile metal. It has to go right into an ice bath, right in. And see, and I didn't keep my goats by any male goats by any billies because that can taint the milk also and taint the meat. So anyway, long story short, so I was pretty resourceful that way. So that worked out really well. Thomas, your dog is a great judge of character. Nope, he's just crazy. Well, my cats are friends with my neighbors. 125. Oh, wow. Yellow lab. I bet he's beautiful. Had a lost dog stop by the other night in my mail cat truck. I saw that. Poor little thing. Was that a puppy or an older dog? Yeah, your cats look like they could kick some butt. I'll tell you what. I had a cat. She passed away 3 years ago. I'd had her from a kitten and she lived till she was 10. She was almost 30 pounds. She was a long hair minx. Jeannie! Look what I'm doing. This was a test run and it's been test running for an hour now. Oh my gosh. And I just, I didn't get the answer, but I just saw that Scott made a new channel. I've been looking for his videos. I haven't had a time to really sit and look up anything. Are you glad the holidays are over, Jeannie? I bet. Oh, your grandkids are just such a hoot. Can you believe I'm live? Where's Pippa? I haven't even caught up on any of her videos. You would not believe. I've just been swamped. And the problem is because I do everything on my computer, it ties it up. So I can't really do anything. And I'm limited on my phone with what I can do. And I don't want to do one of I have a tablet and an iPad and 3 other phones. So I know. Oh, the birthdays. Oh, I bet. I guess that's the perk of only having one child. But I don't have any grandkids now or yet. Look what I made. I finally made out of doing all this stuff. I made myself a hat. It's actually pink, but I don't think you can see the glitter is black. Looks backwards, huh? Made myself something. I gotta put it on one of my jackets. I was showing off my weapons and stuff. So it's just been kind of an eclectic conversation. Yeah, but you have grandkids as an excuse, Jeannie. I've just got being slow on the computer and trying to get this stuff done. And I've got, oh gosh, I finally, this thing right here, um, you can see it, had this as a giveaway. But you have to know which video to go on to enter. And Ruthie still hasn't contacted me, unless I haven't seen her on the videos about that decal. Maybe she didn't really want it. That's all right. Um, Whenever she comes on, I just need her address to send it to her. And I'm getting ready to. I've got something to send to Blue Bike and Doyle. I've got some stickers to send out to a bunch of other people. This is the sticker sending time. What's the name? God, I am so terrible at remember. I know the names in my head, But chestnut, that's not it. But I'm constantly tripping on my words. That's why I can't do the Chestnut Mountain Tin Man. I always forget the Tin Man. I got to send him some stickers. And so anybody wants stickers, better email me your address because I'm going to be mailing them out. I had made that other design, but sounds like, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit too busy, but I was trying to incorporate. I, I don't have, I'm not one way. I had, I'm a truck driver in the oil field who rides horses and goes camping. And, about the only thing I don't do is smoke cigarettes. So, okay, Terminal, we'll see you in a minute. Did you see Miss Ginger? Oh, yeah. She's got to make her appearance. Look at her. Right, let's see if I get this from there. Right there. Look at her. She's so funny. Oh, Lordy. And Miss Jeannie, I actually did make something for you and Scott. I just got to get it sent out. But he keeps changing his channel stuff, so I don't know. Are you guys not hunting Sasquatches anymore? Well, Burning Sands, I don't think that the business cards are sending out. They're calling them spam cards. Because I've gotten a couple of spam cards, and it just all it has on it is your channel name and whether or not you're on Instagram, and and I am on Instagram, but it's hard to. I'm not in the habit of keeping up with that kind of stuff. I know it. No, just hiking. Okay. Well, dang it. I'm just gonna send it to you anyway, and then I'll figure out something else to make. I just have to. You have to understand that if I don't right now, what is the degrees? It was when I first started. It was -5 degrees, and right now it is one below. Yep. So I'm not going outside or anything. And then if the roads are slick, I don't like to do it. And I've been enjoying getting back into all this stuff. It just is time consuming. The 30s, oh, I miss it. I see. I'm okay with 20 degrees above. I'm okay as long as it's not windy. A lot of the exploring community, which I am part of, carries cards. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I have business cards because I've had my name before I changed it to GdyUpGal was Hey Burner Express. Now, everybody, and I mean, I was in the phone book and everything. I've put on trail rides, unorganized trail rides for years. I just post, where and here's how I would ride with people. Where I wanted to go ride, but not necessarily by myself, I would just post and people would show up. And so I kind of got the name. So people knew, hi, Kimberly Is it Creates? Hi, Kimberly Creates. So people knew when I would post where a ride was, right? So it was really fun. Well, because my name was Hey Burner Express, a lot of people thought that I transported horses, and I did do that too under the slide, but only every once in a while I did that. But so I just changed my name from that because I got more inquiries about me hauling their horse from one state to another. And no, that's not why my name was that. Oh, I'm so glad you're on too, Kimberly. This is my first live, so this was supposed to be a test run, and it's been test running for almost an hour and 15 minutes. I did it kind of early because I thought, well, nobody's going to be on, so I don't have to embarrass myself in front of too many people. So that's okay. I'll embarrass myself. I don't care. So anyway, I switched my name to GdyupGal Gypsy Adventures back in 2006 because that's when I was in Las Vegas, and that's I started putting on charity rides and stuff there. So there we go. I have buckles and everything. It does. I know, Jeannie. Okay, Kimberly. Like I said, this is my first live. The first time I tried, I think I pushed the wrong button and it didn't work. I was at in Sidney, Montana at a truck stop, and I don't know, it wouldn't work. And then one, I think I did it on accident, and I think Jeannie saw that, and I didn't even mean to. It was accident. It was off and on, on and off real quick. Oh, thank you, Burning Sands or Cindy. Sometimes I forget to call people by their names. I'm glad you came in. Thank you, Kimberly. So it's nice and sunny here, but it's cold. It's 1 degree below. So we're hunkered down. I didn't feel like cooking anything else, and that's kind of why I didn't do a video this morning because I wanted to really try to do this. And then if it failed, I just gonna apologize. So I just didn't feel like doing another craft, cooking another thing. The one thing I did do, because I've been making a lot of low carb tortillas, and I have a broken wrist. I have a plate and 6 screws in here, and so everything's been get hurting. So I just got it yesterday, and I've used one before, but it was an older one, a really good one. So I invested in a little tortilla press. It's a cheap one because I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. Ugh. But I can't roll. I can't do stuff like that anymore. My wrist ends up hurting for so long. Gosh, she's got to sniff everything that I do. This is not for you. I don't know. Have any of y'all tried those recipes I've put on here? They really are easy. The ones that I do. I've got a couple of more really good candy ones. But see, if you don't know what a tortilla press is, you just put your dough right in there, the ball right there, close it down, and then you squeeze it, and it makes it. My wrist, I just can't do it anymore. It kills me. Yeah, Kimberly, it is cold. I was just saying, asking about you. I'm good. My very first live. Well, Kimberly, if you don't everybody that knows that I was diagnosed with type 2. I don't have a choice. I Trust me, I miss all the other food, but this is working for me now. I wish Miss Ginger would be lazy sometimes. Sometimes she is, but most of the time she's not. It's a reunion. Yeah, Pippa, I came on this morning. I thought that's why I didn't make a video for today. I thought, yeah, I just got to do it. I got to try. And uh, hey, Jane, how are you? You missed Mondak. Mondak was on here a few minutes ago, and this was only going to be a test live. Well, I've been testing it for an hour and 18 minutes now, so it's been fun. Oh, I bet you're tired, James. How's your house doing? I'm so proud of you guys. That is so cool. I remember when I bought my first house, I was 24. I was single, but I bought my first house at 24. I was so excited. Oh, darling, it's just been a conversation. This is why one of the other big reasons why I wanted to do lives is because I'd much rather have a conversation with y'all. I'm just not, no. I mean, I don't. My videos, I have no personality once the camera comes on. I'm like, I don't know how to do things. So this is a lot more fun for me. Oh, Pippa, you and your baths. I miss the bath. That's the one thing about this little extended stay place. It's a shower, but no bath. And Jeannie, I know you haven't. I watched your video this morning, but I was also printing some stuff out, so I didn't get to comment. It has been a while since you've done a live. You're hibernating on the couch. You deserve it, though. Your grandkids, boy, they keep you hopping. Miss Ginger keeps me hopping, but not as much as your grandkids do. They are so adorable. I'm gonna try next season. I don't even know if I'm gonna regret saying this because you know, now I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna wait till it's closer to time. Bonbons or rubber ducky. Mine would be a glass of wine and low carb chocolate. Usually, what I do, honestly, and I haven't in a little while, is I'll go and rent a regular motel room that has a bathtub because I want to take my bath. Oops. Show or hide. Why did you get? Somebody got. You keep turning off my comments. Okay, show. So Jeannie, why is that doing that? So I just put show. This message has been held for view. So somebody else. Outdoor hibernating. Ducky rubber duck. Pippa, your comment rubber duck got. I had to unhide it. They must have thought you said something nasty. You know, Kimberly, and I like what is that? Oh my god, I just lost the name of it. If I know, I was like, I was trying to figure out which comment that was. It's the rubber duck. I swear, YouTube can't seriously be thinking to do this kind of stuff. What? Not amaretto. What's the one with the feet? The wine? Either that or Arbor Mist. I like the fruity, but I can't even really because I don't drink that much. You know, if I'm camping, there's nothing better than kicking back at the fire and having a beer or a glass of wine. But I've probably been drunk 3 times in my life, and it kind of was accident because I'm a wimpy cow chick. You know. Yeah, she does, but all of her videos mostly have got her grandkids in, so it's kind of hard for her to do. Jeannie, I think you can actually put your phone and have it where you can put your channel as it'll show up as like on a computer, but you have to do it through Google. Now, that being said, I did that and it worked, but I also did something else in those settings, not that setting, but in those settings, and that's where it locked me out for a week. So I'm gonna have to do the recipe. I made a chocolate. It's not really a fudge, but if you ever had Nestle's Crunch candy bars, well, that's what it tastes like. So I made that. It was kind of an experiment, and that's what it tastes like. So I'm out. I got to make some more. But I just made some chocolate cookie ice cream. I don't know. You probably gross on here, but it is so good. But what I'm going to do the next time I make it, I when I go to Walmart, popsicles in because if I put that in the freezer, I know chocolate. If I put that in the freezer, when I take it out, man, I can't cut through it. And in the refrigerator, it's more like a harder soft serve, which is okay. So, but if I were to make it like those fudgesicles and one of those, that's perfect. You can bite it off. Ugh, it is so good. So I got to make that recipe and show y'all. Not all YouTube studios. I couldn't before I switched over and did the Chrome thing, whatever I did. My YouTube studio wouldn't let me do anything. See, Jeannie, my YouTube, if I go on my phone, if I go into my YouTube studio, there is nowhere that has got an edit. See, if I go into the deal, it'll say, see, let's see, but there's nowhere for an edit. And then if I go, oh, I've got 639 friends now. Last video performance, views, comments. There is nothing to be able to do any kind of editing. Playlist, comments, analytics. If I go into the settings, it just has comments and notify me. So not, I just don't know why, but not all of them. Oh, I'm missing something. Well, I make my own Cool Whip. I don't buy the stuff, and so I never have. Cool Whip consistency. Yeah, that's what it is. A little bit harder than that. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go, Pippa. Jeannie Pippa can help you through it. I don't care to do it on my phone. Pacific Permaculture. Hey, I've been test driving this live thing. It's my first live, so I've been test driving it for almost an hour and a half. Oh, it's been fun. We've had great conversations. This is, one of the couple reasons why I wanted to do. I'd much rather have conversations with y'all than do a video. I'm such a dork. I couldn't quit my day job. I would never be able to be a performer. Well, that's, oops, there's another hide. Show or hide. This message has been held for review. So let me see. Who was that? That was Jeannie. Yours got held. Pippa, I look at it. I'll look at it. I will send you an email if I can't figure it out. Probably. I don't know what's so bad about that one. Oh, Pacific. Yours got held for review. How do you? I set my channel to adult, so I don't know why this is doing this. Sometimes I just throw that statement into random conversations. That's what she said. Sometimes I get a laugh in. Oh, that's funny. I love that statement. Simply Jan, hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't have an on-screen presence, but this is a lot funner than trying to do a video. I'm not a show. This is a lot more fun. See, and in mine, if I click on the pencil, if I'm on my iPad, if I click on the pencil, I can edit my descriptions and stuff like that, but that's it. So it really is confusing. Y'all, Pippa, do you do Skype at all? I've never done Skype, but I know, do you do Skype? Because maybe you two also could try Skyping. Because I know I'm a visual person. Somebody has to, once you walk me through something, I can do it. That's why YouTube, I love YouTube. I couldn't figure something out. What was it I couldn't figure out? Oh, I can't remember. But that's how I learned how to do it. Skype would be fun. Oh man, I just, hey Howie, how are you? This is my first live. I've been test driving it for now an hour and a half. We've been having fun. I went on kind of early because I thought nobody would show up and I could practice and not make an idiot out of myself in front of anybody. That's okay. I'll make an idiot of myself. I don't care. Or FaceTime. Oh, that's on the phone. I've heard of that. Um, iMovie is on an iPhone though. I think Jeannie has got an Android. Terminal's back. And Howie, I've missed your lives too. I don't know if you've paid attention, but I have just been excitingly kind of I kicked in a lot of my crafts that I do. I'm actually I need to get a bigger horse trailer. So I need to kick in one of my side streams that I do for money. Um, and this is stuff that I do kind of on the side, make decals and I even just made. I don't have nails. I mean, I don't know if you can see. I mean, that's my nails, and they're not manicured or anything. And I got a whole boatload of nail polish, but it's not for polishing my nails. But I made a bunch of nail decals for this gal that wanted special ones that were going to cost her like a lot of money to make because they're real tiny and intricate. So, uh, and I had the stuff to do that. So, and I just made finally something for myself again. I made me another hat. And this is mine, except for I got to finish it. I haven't even had time to finish this one. Is that backwards? I can't tell. It happens. I don't give a sip. This is mine, my tumbler. I do make stuff for myself every once in a while, but yeah, Jeannie, you're probably right. It probably is. They're going to focus anything that has to do with kids or sound like kids. Oh, Kimberly, you're taking off. Bye, turn. Alrighty, Kimberly, we'll see you later. If I've missed a video, I promise I'll catch up. I'm really trying. Well, not now. I'm doing this, but I will try to catch up. You would wear that golfing? It's pink. I love making hats. I did a lady's uh, toddler's shoes. You know, you put stuff on the toes. More than kind of older than a toddler. I don't know what age that would be. I'm getting old. I can't remember. But for right and left, and then had made the toes where it the picture of the big toe and then all the rest of the toes because she's learning which shoes go on there. There's nothing worse. Justice used to do it too. My son used to do it, but he only wore cowboy boots, and his cowboy boots would be backwards. So who lost their? Howie, you lost your wallet? Did I miss something? Oh, that sucks. I hope you find it. I'm sitting with Sadie. Hey, how are you? Okay, I'll say it again. This is my first live. I've been test driving it. Thought I'd go on her early so I wouldn't embarrass myself in front of too many people. Well, I've been test driving it for an hour and a half. I'm just now kind of learning about the whole thumbnail thing, and I got to go back and redo a bunch of mine because, I got a lot of camping and riding videos and nobody knows because I just have random pictures. I didn't know it was supposed to be about what the video was about. have a metal detector. I have a Garrett 250. Those are great. If you can find somebody, a wallet, the only thing that's probably going to be metal in a wallet is if he's got the rivet kind, that they put the chains on, because most wallets are just stitched. Unless he, like you said, unless he has something in there. Oh, Jazzy, I bet she looks cute in cowboy boots. Oh, Howie, I'm so glad you popped in. I'm so sorry I missed your lives, darling. I've been busy. I like to busy, but I've been busy. I I'm lucky I know how to turn my phone off. I leave it on all the time. Credit cards have a chip. I wonder if they are detectable with a metal detector. I'm not going to test mine because it'll probably jack up the chip. Oh, I could find one of my old credit cards and see if it works. Yeah, if you've lost, in your area, just go on Facebook. And I know, I can almost guarantee you've got a metal detecting group in your area. I've belonged to several metal detecting groups, and there's always, and just find a metal detector in your state, and I guarantee you they can find one in your area. A lot of them doing it. That's one of my side gigs too. I should bring my metal detector in. When I've been to the beach and somebody's lost a ring, or that's been a good little deal. I tell y'all, I'm a Jill of all everything. I dabble in a little bit of everything. I do miss homesteading. I learned so much growing up, and a lot of stuff has changed, and a lot of stuff is a lot easier. uh, my house that I had, my ranch house, I had a sun porch, really big, long sun porch, and I had those shelves that you can get. I think you can get them at Costco or in Walmart. The rack shelves, uh, and I had them set up to where I had the those lights. I never know the name of things. Those long tube lights on each one, and each level had a stage of growing. Now, I didn't really have a green thumb per se, gardening, going out and planting a garden and blah, blah, blah. I still worked full time, didn't have time, but we always had our farmers market. So, and I only planted heirloom seeds and grew heirloom plants. So, I made a killing. I made my own, those pots you can buy already pre-made. I didn't. I just used regular newspaper, not the colored newspaper, regular newspaper. Made my own pots and uh, made my own soil because, of course, I had llamas and goats and chickens and that kind of stuff. So I had my own potting soil and stuff, and I made a killing selling heirlooms not saplings. Is that what they're called? Seedlings, something. I made a ton of money on those. But then what I would do is my friends who actually had a garden, I traded them. I traded them goat's milk or pork or beef or chicken. That's how I did it. Oh, Pacific, that's good to know. I gotta get my passport this summer. What editing program does everybody use? I just use Filmora. I used Filmora Go on my phone, and then Filmora, uh, and that one's really super easy. Um, Pacific, though, you know what? I learned everything I've learned once I got onto YouTube. Like I have my pickup is an '08 F350 Power Stroke Super Duty 4-wheel drive. All right, it's expensive for me to take my truck anywhere to have anything uh, to do with it. I would, of course, I've always pretty much lived in the oil field, so anything with the diesel is expensive. And I got tired of paying $500-600 for an oil change and filters and that kind of stuff. So that's what I did. I went on YouTube and I learned, and I it costs me probably $125 now to buy the filters, and it's easy peasy. You know, it's a pain in the butt because my pickup has got two fuel filters, one up top, but there's one underneath. And luckily, my arms and hands are small, so I can get up there, and I've got a special tool I can get that other filter out. But people who design these things, they don't think about how to take care of them and maintain them afterwards, which you have to do. So it's a pain in the butt. But I learned how to do that. I've learned how to. I remember one time my toilet thing wouldn't work. I learned how to switch out the toilet thing. Yeah, YouTube is just wonderful. Jeannie, do you use Filmora on uh, your laptop or your or from Filmora Go? I tried that Kind Masters. I don't know. It just it I couldn't get used to that one. See, now I'm trying to learn Inkscape, and that's what I'm doing. I'm watching videos because I can do so much more. I What I do with all my designs it is pretty good. You should see. There's a lot of designs I won't put on YouTube because people are ordering things that I wouldn't put on YouTube. Now I won't. There's things that I will not make. Oh, some things are funny. You know, like my Mickey Mouse one that was really funny, and some of them are really funny. And I won't put on the political ones or really the religious ones because I don't want to strike up some kind of clash on YouTube. Y'all are my friends. Your beliefs are your beliefs. My heart is what you should be friends with, not my political beliefs, my religious beliefs, my whatever. So I do have people that want me to make things that I want. You know, I just won't post on YouTube. You gave your laptop to your grandson, lucky grandson. Is he still doing? Aren't they both doing videos? How does that work with YouTube and their stuff they're doing? Oh, okay, Jeannie, on your phone. Yeah, I liked it, but every once in a while, Filmora Go did something jacked up with my video, and I lost a couple of videos. It said, what was that? It says corrupted. So I don't know if it was the editor or my phone or I don't know. It was really frustrating. I've heard that the iPhone is really top notch as far as that kind of stuff that, you know, itself doing uh, phone and editing. They're busy playing. Well, good, as they should be. What are you whining about? Huh? Come here and say hi. Come here. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Well, you guys, I can't believe I've already been on here for almost an hour and 45 minutes. I think Miss Ginger is telling me, oh my gosh, somebody come cut my hair. We'll have a glass of wine or something. I cannot stand going into salons and sitting there. Oh, it just makes me crazy to do that. And then for what little I have done, which I probably should have a lot done, but for what little I have done to pay 35, $40, it just kills me. Uh, I don't know. I should just hold it all up and go, "Bleep." Apples. I have an Apple iPad. And then I have a tablet. And then, of course, you see, I don't throw any of my phones away. You know, those 3 phones, one is actually a working number, and the other two are phones that I just use for apps that I use. Yeah, Jeannie, me either. I don't know. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. I don't discuss it with family or friends. It's just like my religious beliefs. So you ain't gonna change my mind. I'm not gonna put you in the position to have to try. Watching TV after 2016, you know, my ADD or whatever you want to call it, unless it's like a sitcom, movies are really hard. I will watch a movie, like a rented movie, because then I can turn it off, get up, walk around, go potty, do dishes, do whatever, and go back to it. But oh, thank you, Pippa. I'm glad you popped in. I'm so sorry. I will catch up on your videos. Honest, I will. Oh, Sadie, are you leaving too? Okay, y'all. I do too. I really got to go. You don't know how excited I have been to see all of you on here. Google won't let me upload directly from the Sony editing program. I don't know anything about that. I do like documentaries, but I don't even do that. And lately, the last month, I have just been designing and designing and designing and designing. And it's been fun. It's kind of sparked my artsy fartsy part again. Alrighty, y'all. Listen, I am so glad y'all popped in. This has just been the funnest thing ever. I will do another one. I don't know when. I'm still waiting for Ruthie to let me know that she knows she won that decal. Silly female. Win something and don't even go and come check to see if you won. Alrighty. Okay, see, it says end stream right here. You want to say bye to Miss Ginger? Okay, come here. Come here. They all want to say goodbye to you. Look. Look. Oh, say bye. Alrighty. Adios.